All right, so let's get right into it. You know, every once in a while in the open source world, a single forum post just lands like a lightning strike. It promises to solve a problem that pretty much everyone has, but almost nobody has dared to tackle. And today, we're looking at one of those moments in the Proxmox community, a really ambitious project that could completely change the game for Windows backups. And this is how it all started. Seriously, a super simple title, a link to a GitHub page, and a little smiley face. But that smiley says it all, doesn't it? It just screams passion project, something built by someone who actually needed it. For all you home labbers and small businesses out there running Proxmox, this was the start of a conversation a lot of people were excited to have.
And this is the number that made everyone stop scrolling and pay attention. 1 gigabytes per second. Look, that's not just a speed claim. That's a statement of intent. In a world where a full system backup can be a slow overnight chore, this number promised something, well, something kind of revolutionary. But how on earth could it possibly be that fast?
So yeah, this project isn't just some small update. It's a real attempt to fix one of the biggest missing pieces in the entire Proxmox ecosystem, and that's how to deal with physical, bare metal Windows machines. For years, the dream has been to have one backup system to rule them all, and this project offers a new hope that we might finally get there.
Oh man, if you've ever had to manage backups, you know this pain. You know it deep in your soul. Traditional file-based backups have to scan every single thing, all those millions of tiny files. And the overhead from all that metadata, it can absolutely crush performance, especially on a big Windows system. It's slow, it's inefficient, and let's be honest, it's just a total drag.
So, how do you get around all that pain? Well, you don't just play the game better, you change the rules of the game entirely. See, this project's secret weapon isn't about scanning files a little bit faster, it's about not scanning files at all. It's about thinking at the block level. And the key that unlocks this whole thing is a piece of Microsoft tech called VSS. And this comparison here just lays it all out perfectly. It shows the difference between a small improvement and a complete reimagining. Instead of asking, hey, what files have changed, which means you got to look at everything, a block-level backup just asks, what parts of the disk have changed? It takes a snapshot of the whole thing, which is just dramatically faster and way more efficient. So, the key piece of magic here is VSS, or the Volume Shadow Copy Service. The best way to think about it is like a built-in Windows feature that can take a perfect, point-in-time photograph of your hard drive. And it can do this even while the system is running and files are open. This project very cleverly taps into that snapshot to just pull all the raw data it needs for the backup. It's brilliant. Okay, so backing up data at light speed is amazing, for sure. But that's only half the story, right? The real test, the only question that matters when things go wrong is, how do you get it all back? And this is where the story shifts from just being about cool tech to a really fascinating debate inside the community. And I gotta say, this is why you just have to love open source. The developer isn't trying to hide anything or put some corporate spin on it. When asked about the current restore method, his words were crappy DD. Now, for those who don't know, DD is a super powerful but also very raw command line tool. Calling it crappy is just a wonderfully honest way of saying, yeah, it works, but it's not pretty yet. That kind of honesty is a massive green flag, and it really opened the door for a great discussion on how to do it right. And as soon as the community got involved, the conversation basically split into two different camps. This wasn't just a technical discussion about the best way to build the restore tool. It kind of became a philosophical debate about what a recovery process should even look and feel like. So, on one side, you've got Camp WinP. These folks are arguing for a really polished, VM-style experience using the Windows pre-installation environment. You know, something that's super familiar to Windows admins with slick features like injecting drivers automatically. But on the other side is Camp Linux Live, which is the path the developer is on right now. Their argument is, why would you want to depend on Windows to fix a broken Windows? Their approach is more flexible and probably better for those total nightmare scenarios where your hardware is completely different. So, with all this incredible potential and all this excitement, it's probably time for a quick reality check. Let's just pump the brakes for a second. That 1 gig per second claim and the grand vision are awesome, but we have to remember the project's own label, alpha. This is very much the start of the journey, not the final destination. And what does alpha really mean here? Well, it means there's no big QA team testing everything. It's only been tested on a handful of machines. But maybe the most perfect, most charming signal of just how early stage this is was a tiny detail someone spotted in the code, a typo, formatted duration. And look, that's not a criticism at all. It's just a great, real-world reminder that this is software in its infancy being built by a real person. Now, the community's response to all this has been fascinating. And honestly, it's been perfectly healthy. You basically have three groups. First, the excited builders. These are the people who are already downloading it and testing it out. Then you've got the feature request crowd, the ones who see the potential and are already brainstorming improvements, like that WinPE idea. And finally, you have the cautious operators. They're watching, they're interested, but they're not letting this thing anywhere near their production systems. And you absolutely need all three of those groups to make a project succeed.
So, you might be asking yourself, why are we even talking about an alpha project that has typos in the code? Well, it's because the vision here is so much bigger than just another backup tool. This project represents a huge step towards unifying the entire Proxmox ecosystem in a really, really powerful way.
And this right here is the holy grail. Just imagine it, a world where your Proxmox Backup Server handles everything. Your VMs, your Linux containers, and now your physical Windows desktops and servers. All of it flowing into the same powerful deduplicated storage. For any small business or serious home labber, that kind of simplicity is an absolute dream come true. But of course, getting there is a marathon, not a sprint. The project really needs to nail these four big milestones. First, the VSS snapshots have to be absolutely rock solid. The uploads have to be 100% reliable, the incremental backups need to be fast, and maybe most important of all, that restore media has to be dead simple and totally dependable. If the project can hit these marks, it goes from being a cool curiosity to an essential tool. Which brings us to our final question. Is this the beginning of the next must-have tool for every single Proxmox user out there? The thing that finally bridges the gap between our virtual and physical worlds? Or is it just a fascinating experiment that shows us what's possible? Right now, I think it's both. And watching that journey from experiment to essential tool, well, that's what makes following open source so incredibly compelling.